Alright, hey guys, welcome back to Jack Stand Driveway. In this episode, yet again another episode of the Jeep, we're going to be trying to fix the EVAP leak that's throwing these two codes. And I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is up here. You can see I've already tried to duct tape those two. It did not work. There's cracks in here, there's a vacuum leak there. And I can hear hissing coming from back here. So that's where all the EVAP stuff is. So today I'm going to be taking this bumper apart and seeing that hopefully it's a cracked line and not like the charcoal canister or whatever else is back here. Be a really easy fix. But the first step, I'm going to come in here when it's cold. And I'm going to listen to this right here. I believe it's purge valve actuator or something like that, but it should not be clicking on a cold start. So let's go ahead and cut to the cold start then and make sure it's not clicking. Alright, so as you can see, it is cold. Let's go ahead and start it up, see what it does. It's probably going to be hard to hear over the fan, but it is not clicking. So I'm going to go up the road a little ways, do my normal route, get it up to temperature. I'm going to go get the mail, which is up there somewhere. Come back and it should be clicking by the time we get back once it gets heated up. So I'll catch you guys there, and then if that's the case, then that means that part should be good, and then we can move on to taking the bumper off. So I also forgot to mention, it could be the gas cap in some cases, but luckily for me I had a brand new gas cap sitting in here that my grandpa bought before he let it sit. I don't know why, but he did, so I have it. And it's in there, and I cleared the codes after I put it on there, and it's still, check engine light still came back, as you can see. So we're gonna come up here next to this C5 Corvette and get the mail. Hopefully it'll be warmed up enough to where that thing should be trying to pull the EVAP gases or the vapors up to the engine, get in the intake manifold, burn it off. So I guess I'll catch you guys when we get back, once it's warmed up, hopefully clicking. Tell you what, she's really starting to come together, starting to look pretty good. Now hopefully we can get it running good, or no check engine lights, and maybe get her back on for some real roads here before long. Alright, we're back, and listen. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is definitely clicking now, and you can feel it. And I don't know, it may be leaking here. I need to get a new hose for this. 100% I'm getting a new hose, one or another. I just wanted to see if I could temporarily fix it. And you come back here, hear it knocking, and you can hear that leak up in here somewhere. So what that means is that is at least fine, and I believe the purge back here, I think that's what it's called. That's just what I'm going to call it. Should be working. Now hopefully it's just a line that's cracked. I know this is a problem, a very similar thing on the XJs, and I would imagine probably the ZJs as well. So let's get to taking that back bumper off. So taking the rear bumper off of this thing is actually fairly simple. You open the trunk here. Oh geez, which is still pretty hard to open, but all those plastic rivets and that Torx bit. Oh boy, I didn't bring a Torx bit. And rivets under here, the plastic ones, and the ones in the fender liner here. Those all need to come out, and we should be able to get to the box back here. These are more than likely going to break, so I went to Harbor Freight. I got this tool to pull them out, and I got a box of all of these, which honestly I should have had anyway, but anyway, without any more talking, I'm just going to get to pulling the bumper off. Alright, I've got all the pins out. From there, it's pretty simple. Pull them, and honestly you could just pull on the top, and sometimes both of them will come out, sometimes they'll separate like this, but once they separate, then that bottom part's super easy to take off, and then just put them back together. Now for these two on the side of the trunk, that is a T20 Torx bit, which luckily I did have one, but it looks like it's only going to work on this tiny screwdriver, so hopefully it's not too difficult. And I know it's probably not entirely necessary to take the rear bumper off to get to it. You could probably just take this half and kind of prop it out and get it, but I really want to see what the state of behind the bumper is, because you see the hitch is pretty daggone rusty and everything under here is, so just want to get a look at it here. But I guess I'll catch up with you either when these are off, or if I have a problem. By some miracle, I was able to get these off by hand. They weren't rusted in. But now we're moving to the ones that are going to be really difficult to get to. And that is these boys here. I believe you just pull on them, and hopefully they break. Or don't break. Hopefully they come off. You know, if they break, I'll put a new one in there. It's not that big a deal. But start doing it. Get back with you. Well, those are simply just going to break off. There's no way to really save them. This one doesn't have to break off, but if you take the tire off, you get a lot better run at it. But I didn't want to take the tire off. I don't have the means to take the tire off at the moment because I wasn't anticipating it. But, you know, I got plenty extra of those suckers, so we'll be fine. And the bumper's still, I mean, it shouldn't even flap even if it's like this. So you might scar it up a little bit, but in theory, it should come off now. Maybe. I don't know. I have to try it, and we'll see. After further inspection, these two, those two right there, are going to have to come out because there should be a screw up in here somewhere. So, pull those out. These are probably going to break. I think they're the same as these, so wonderful. Anyway, get back to you when we're at the next step. Alrighty, got those. They call it the mud flap. I'm just call it the fender lining off. You can see actually now where we're trying to get to. It doesn't look great back there, I'm not gonna lie, but so far I don't see any cracked hoses, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But there is a bolt right here, and I was told there's a second one somewhere. Feels like there's one back here, but I'm gonna start with taking this one off and see what happens. So it does appear to be only one 10mm. Whoa, this camera's lighting is not wonderful, is it? That's basically where it is. I just put the nut back on it for safekeeping. It's 10mm, right back. And the fender well right on the top. Just took a socket, small socket. It needs to be a deep socket though. It wasn't deep enough because the threads stick out pretty deep into the nut. So I just put this on there and just kind of had this on top, and I had enough. Just barely get it going because it's not locked on there very good. But move on to the next side, and bumper should be coming off. Well, this side was slightly different. It came out looking like that, but I believe it's because the bolt probably seized to the body here, so it just spun it out of the bumper instead of the other way. I ended up using a ratcheting box wrench, which I actually think worked better. But in theory, the bumper should come off now. There you go. A bumperless WJ. Let's take a look at it. So I'm going to go ahead and start it up, see if I can hear where it's coming from. Hopefully it's a hose. Oh, yes. Found it. Let's go. I found it. It's a cracked hose, baby. Let's see if I can find it on the video here. Oh yeah, right? Let me look through the damn lens here. I can't see anything because of the freaking sun. Right there. There's a cracked hose. Wait a minute, am I touching it? Yeah, right here. So we gotta get that taken care of. Well, that is relieving that I don't have to buy anything back here, like a charcoal canister, or this thingy, or that thingy. I don't know what any of this is, but alright, so we should be fine. Work on taking this down now. So there's actually 3 bolts. None of them have to come out. They're 13mm. As you see, they don't have to come out because they got those little slots there. Alright, you just kind of loosen them, slide them out. Third one is right. Oh, where am I at? Right there. It should just slide right out. So let's go ahead and attempt it. You might be looking at something like that and being like, that's not right. Look up at the line, and it is as cracked as the Grand Canyon. And this was the initial one we were looking at right there. That one is definitely need to be replaced. This one could probably be alright just cutting that part out and reattaching it. But other than that, I think we're in pretty good shape. I'm going to do some more looking under here, and I'll catch up with you. Well, I was using a leaf blower to blow out the bumper, and I think I found where that mouse has been living. In the bumper. I mean, I'd rather him be living in the bumper than inside, but that clearly came from inside, so it means he was in there anyway. And the smell inside also tells you he was in there, but I guess we'll maybe pulling out a skeleton here in a second, but yeah. Basically with this, I'm just trying to figure out my next step, because I can't really drive it now. I might have to go get hoses right now, but we'll see. Alright, so I have determined what I'm going to do. This hose right here, I'm just going to cut the bad part off and replace it. Or not replace it, just put it right back on. And then this big one up here, considering it's kind of a 90-degree angle, and it's pretty big split here, and I can't really salvage it, I'm going to get a new one of those. And I took the one off of the front that I showed you earlier that I duct tape on it. Where the hell did I put it? Right here. That's what it looked like. It's just the front part of that first hose. We'll go get new ones. You see it's definitely split. This is 5/16, it says right on it. So hopefully we can find some and fix it today. That'd be sick. Alright, I guess I'll catch you on the install. Just got back from AutoZone. Definitely got too much. That should fit in the back one, and about half of these should fit in the front. So half of one of these should fit in the front. So like I bought 4 times the amount. One of these ought to fit in the back. So let's get to work. What I haven't showed you is that I've already cut that line, put it back on there. You can see no more cracks. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and put one of those white deals over there on this one and run it down. So let's see what we can do. Well, that hose was very smooth going into that thing, so that was an absolute pain getting that on there, but it's on there now. I gotta push it down a little more and get it seated in there, and then we'll move to the front, and then we should be good to test it. Alright, I've got that back one on. Got it kind of loosely back in place, so it's no longer supported by the bucket. And now I'm going to do this end here. And in theory, we should be good to go after this. Alright, I think that's it. I think now we clear the code and test it, see if it comes back, and listen for some hissing. Alright, so the codes should be erased. Let's start it up, see what happens. See if they come back. I think we're good. I don't hear any hissing up here. I don't hear any hissing up in the back. I think it's the way it's supposed to sound. Now I'll wait for it to start doing the knocking thing, or the purging, before I really tighten the bolts down, but I'll let it heat up, and if we're good to go, then I'll drive it around a little bit to try to see if it'll kick back on, because there is a third code in there. It's for the catalytic converter, so I expect that one to come back on. expect those to come back. So as you can see, the check engine light is cleared. So that's our next big thing to figure out right there, the ABS. That should be fun. But yeah, we'll let it get up temp here, and I guess we'll catch you next update here when that thing starts purging. Hear it? It's purging. You know what you don't hear? Don't hear hissing. I think we done it. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these bolts up and drive it around the neighborhood a few times and just turn it off and restart it and see if the code will come back on. But other than that, I'll catch you the next update, either saying it's fixed or we got more work to do. So, alright, so it has been idling for a minute now. I already restarted it and it's not there. The check engine light's gone, so I think we might have fixed it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bumper back on. Alrighty folks, as you can see, the bumper has been reinstalled. The check engine light has not come back on yet. I will be back in a couple days just to verify that it is actually fixed before I actually upload this video, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So there you go, another problem solved on the Jeep. We got that ABS problem we got to deal with, and that catalytic the O2 sensor got to deal with, and other than that, it should be perfect. So stay tuned for those videos, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully it helped some of you out who needed the same problem. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.